So today, I'm just going to talk about the last 10 records that I listened to. I listened to a lot of records this weekend. Some sort of at random, some that are new. So I was just going to quickly go through the last 10. I'd also like to send a happy birthday out to Mazzy. I wouldn't be doing these videos if not for seeing yours. So thanks for that, and I hope you're having a good birthday up in Seattle. And I'll listen to some Beatles tonight. So these are the last 10, not really in order, but they're the 10 that I usually put next to the record player, what I just spun. So first, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Probably haven't listened to this record in full since college, maybe high school. I'm not a huge Pink Floyd fan, but I recently picked up this and Metal. Nice, pretty sweet gatefold. I mean, I think largely considered one of the best rock and roll records ever, although some would dispute that, non-Pink Floyd fans. I like it. Like it. A bunch of people will probably comment saying, "Are you kidding me? Like it?" It's like saying that about Beggar's Banquet or Abbey Road, or maybe not that great. But I enjoyed listening to it this afternoon on a Sunday afternoon. So that is number one. I don't really have much more to say about it. Dark Side of the Moon. Number two I just recently bought is this phenomenal Aretha Franklin collection. I only listened to the side A and B. There are 4 sides, and it sounds fantastic. I've been getting a lot of Aretha reissues lately, and I just got this one the other day, and I love it. Can't get enough of that. The other night, late night, played this, Sam Cooke, Portrait of a Legend. One of my favorite compilations ever. Listen to the whole thing. Just a spectacular collection. I have a lot of Sam Cooke records. Night Beat is my favorite of his regular releases, but this Sam Cooke Portrait of a Legend, 51 to 64, in my view, the greatest singer of all time is Sam Cooke, and I will stand by that for the rest of the day, at least. Also, the other night, I was looking to listen to some REM, and I said, let's just go with the best of-ish. Eponymous. This is a fantastic collection of a lot of their best songs. I don't listen to a lot of greatest hits, or whatever you want to call this, but this is one of the best that I own. I love this collection. Going through this quickly, as you can see, because normally I say, well, this video, I'm going to do a really short video, and it's 19 minutes. We're now at 3 minutes, and we're halfway through. Next is this Bill Fay record. I love this record. I just realized that the glare is bad. I just made it worse. There, that should be better. This Bill Fay record, I recently got on Discogs. Bill Fay is a really interesting, I'm just gonna put this on sleep for now. Bill Fay is a really interesting story. He recorded, I think, 1 or 2 records in the either late 60s or early 70s, and then went dormant for 40 years. Came back and has put out a bunch of great records. I think he's in his 70s now. One of his recent records, he recorded the Wilco song Jesus, Etc. Really nice cover of that. One of my favorite songs of all time, and I mean that, is on this record, Be Not So Fearful. So if you're gonna look up a Bill Fay song, look up the track Be Not So Fearful. Just a perfect song. And a good song for the times. Next, can't go wrong with this, Bob Dylan's Blonde on Blonde. I listened to this the other night, as I do every time. I skip the first track. Rainy Day Woman, not a big fan of that one, but the rest of the record is just unreal. Oh, I never realized that this opened up like this. Whoa, how did I not know that? I'm probably the only person who owns this record that doesn't know that. But Visions of Johanna, God, just so many great songs. Absolutely Sweet Marie, Fourth Time Around, obviously Five Believers. Great, great. One of Bob's best. But again, I skip the first track every time. Just got this in the mail. I talk about her all the time, Joan Shelley, one of my favorite contemporary songwriters. This is a live record that she put out. I think it was only for sale on Bandcamp, and I bought it there. Because Bandcamp, from everything that I hear, treats its artists very well, so I'm always happy to support Bandcamp. Joan Shelley, one of the best songwriters alive right now. This was a random. Cat Stevens, Tea for the Tiller Man. I think of my buddy Brian whenever I listen to Cat. Cat. I don't think that's his name anymore. Yusef something, I can't remember. But this is, it's, now that I'm in my 40s, these are the records that I go back to. Like the Eagles. I'm not saying Cat Stevens is the Eagles. If my buddy Jay's watching this, he doesn't want to know where I'm going with this because he loves the Eagles. And so do I now. But this has Father and Son, Hard-Headed Woman, Wild World, Where Do the Children Play? Just such a great record. And it cost me $1 at Amoeba. Next is a newer record, the Jason Isbell record Reunions, which I think has some really great songs and some not so really great songs. Dreamsicle might be my favorite song of the year, but What Have I Done to Help, which opens the album, is not one of my favorite songs of the year. It Gets Easier is great. River is great. Be Afraid made Obama's list. Not a great one, I would say. Or did I already say Be Afraid? I meant What Have I Done to Help? Be Afraid made Obama's list, and I just don't really like that song that much. And What Have I Done to Help opens up the record. So I don't know why I'm just bashing this record now. I really like it, but there's just a couple songs I'm not crazy about, which happens with Isbell. I love all of his records, but Southeastern, I think, is by far the best. But his last few, man, when he writes a good song, it is an outstanding song. The Clash, self-titled. If you haven't seen the Joe Strummer tribute that Jesse Malin put together on YouTube a few days ago, it's awesome. The highlights for me were the Hold Steady, who I don't know all that well, but their cover was great. The Jeff Tweedy cover of Death or Glory, introduced by Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen introduced Jeff Tweedy. Wrap it up for me. I would check that out. I've been listening to a lot of The Clash lately, especially given the world we're living in. Joe Strummer was a saint. I don't know if I've told this story, but I'll tell it quickly. In 2002, I believe, I may have the years off, I think 2002 was the year that Joe died. It was either 2001 or 2002. A friend of mine, I was living in Brooklyn at the time, and a friend of mine called me up and said, hey, I have an extra ticket to see Joe Strummer at St. Anne's Warehouse in Brooklyn that night. I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and she had made like a really nice dinner, or was making a really nice dinner, and I turned him down, and I said, I'll see him next time. Thanks a lot for the offer. And I never got that chance again, and never will. And it reminds me of something I heard Elvis Costello say at South by Southwest many years ago. He was talking about live music, which obviously we can't see right now, but Elvis, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, when your favorite band comes through town, go. Because you never know if they're going to break up, somebody gets ill, anything could happen. So if it's a band that you really love, go to that show. And I can't tell you how many shows I've gone to because I thought of what Elvis said that time at South by Southwest. So thanks for that, Elvis. I'm sure you're watching. Oh, that's it. 10 minutes. But I did want to show what I was listening to right when I started this video, which is this Big Star third live album. I saw this show in New York City with a friend of mine, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago. This was recorded, I think it's 2015 or 16 in California. Some great acts here. Mike Mills from REM, Ira Kaplan from Yo La Tengo, Jessica Pratt. The version of For You, sung by Jody Stevens on this, is just absolutely tremendous. Can't recommend it enough. Pat Sansone and Jeff Tweedy of Wilco, Brett Harris, Mitch Easter, Robin Hitchcock. This is a great live show, a tribute to the third Big Star record, third. And then, of course, a band that I wish more people knew about. This one, they come from somewhat popular bands. This is a super group. I think they referred to themselves as a stupor group. And I'm just surprised more people don't know about this record. So this is the Golden Smog record, Down by the Old Mainstream. You can see who these, so that's Gary Loris from the Jayhawks. That's Dan Murphy from Soul Asylum. That's Mark Perlman from the Jayhawks. I think that's Noah Levy from the Honey Dogs, Jeff Tweedy from Wilco, and Craig Johnson from Run Westy Run. They've put out a few records. This is their second. I think they put out an EP called On Golden Smog, which is supposed to be about a riff on Golden Pond, the movie. I think that's what it's called. This is just a great, great record. There's a great version of V, the opening track on this, on YouTube from when they played it, I think on Conan O'Brien. Pecan Pie, Glad and Sorry, Won't Be Coming Home is a great Loris Tweedy track. Radio King to close it out. Can't recommend this enough. Golden Smog, Down by the Old Mainstream. Their next record, Weird Tales, is also great. And that's all I've got today. Hope everyone is doing as well as you can be doing. And once again, happy birthday to my friend Mazzy. Take care.